Good morning, my friends. Welcome back. It is time for Trashcraft Tuesday. But before I get into the project that I want to do today, I'm just going to go and give you a little preview of two sets of printables that are available for April. Now, these first ones here, there's 3 pages. These are with my newsletter that's going out this week. So if you want to grab these and you're not on the newsletter list, sign up within the next couple of days. I'll probably aim to send it out Thursday, maybe Friday. If you are seeing this late and you miss out, don't worry, still subscribe, and there will be another chance to grab these in May. So I always, or not always, I didn't used to give 2 opportunities to grab the printables, but now I give them the month that I release them, and then the following month there's like a second chance to grab them, and then they're gone. So we have for April a set of words, so there's some horizontal and some vertical, and I've given them a distressed kind of vibe. I have left the background in because you could cut that into strips and use it for collage or as faux washi. So the coloured ones, yeah, I've left that in. And the background is all my own creation from my own artwork and resources that I've layered up. So nothing that I've purchased externally, except perhaps material that I might have scanned, like vintage or antique books, that sort of thing. But all my own work, so really, really happy with that. So we've got pink and neutral or sepia or whatever you want to call it. It's not quite sepia because it hasn't got quite that same orangey base, but neutral, we'll just call it neutral. Same words on each of the 3 colorways that are going in the newsletter. And then green is the final one. So, and the words themselves, they're pretty generic. There are a few that are related to kind of more summer or nature, but generally they're just like good words that you can use anytime. So that's the newsletter printables available for April. And then Patreon printables, I thought, well, I might as well give you a little sneak peek at what my patrons are getting for April. So I always do date numbers. So 2 pages of date numbers using my own artwork on these once again. So leaves and flowers for April. So date numbers 1 to 24 on this sheet, and then 25 to 31. Always do 31 numbers, even if it's not a 31-day month, because then you've got them for whenever. And then there's some days of the week and just some fun words as well on that sheet. Then there is feathers. Now, for some reason, I haven't got my printout of the full page. So this section here, there's a full page of those, so they're larger. And then this is them half size. Then there's this full page of flowers. All of this is my own artwork, so my own drawings that I've then scanned and coloured digitally. So full page of flowers there, and then the half size of the same flowers. And then there's 2 journal pages. I think I'm missing something else. Yes, I'm missing 1 page out of 2 pages. So I'm missing the full page feathers out of my printouts and a page of journal cards. So there's this journal page here, coordinates with my Prettiness in Pinks kit. So if you've got that, this gives you some additional pages. And then this one, again, all my own artwork on these. And there's some text that I've put in the background that is my own as well. Then the journal cards, there's 4 journal cards. I'm really annoyed that I didn't realize I didn't have them printed out, because they are quite different. They're quite bold in color. They have gradients on, and they're feathers as opposed to the flowers. And then there's 2 further pages of the text that are in the newsletter printables, but this one's blue, so different colors for Patreon. This one's blue, and then I've done black and white, but I've taken out the background because, you know, black and white, you probably don't want that for like you might want the colour in here. So just the text on that one. So that's all those printables, apart from the ones that I, for some reason, do not have in the stack. But I promise they are part of the printables. Okay, so let's get into the project today. We have a project I haven't done for quite some time, probably a year, if not longer. I'm going to do, there's two different ways you can do it. You can do a bottom pocket version or a side pocket version. So I've grabbed out gardening book page. I quite often make them with the Reader's Digest condensed books, and you can see there's quite a difference in size, but I thought I wanted them a little larger, so I've gone for this book page. So let's do the bases and then we'll decorate, probably only one. And I've got to remember how to do it. It's like, oh yeah, how do we do this? That's all right, we'll work it out. It's not terribly complicated. So first off, I'm going to do my bottom pocket. So just folding up however much you want your pocket to be. There's no like right or wrong way. There's no limits on where you fold it. It's just what looks good to you. And then I'm going to fold it in half. It's really simple, guys. Really, really simple. It's not hard, but it's quite cute and fun. Oops, I just messed that up. All right, let's try that again. Keep it square. Okay. Easy as that. And we're going to take out a little bit from the middle so it folds nicely. Just a little miter out of the center. And then those get glued down. But I want to decorate before I glue them down, just because it's going to be easier. Okay, that's the first one. I warned you it was going to be really easy and simple, didn't I? Okay, now this one we are going to fold in half first. So this is the side pocket variation. And you can make these with a combination of side and bottom pockets. You don't have to have them the same on both sides. But just for simplicity, I am going to do just side pockets on one and bottom pockets on the other. Oh gosh, you can tell I'm cold. My fingernails are purpley blue. Okay, so actually I might take it a little bit further in. So again, just whatever looks good to you. Now on this one, I didn't do it on this one. No, I'm not going to fold the edge under to reinforce the pockets for two reasons. One, this book page is actually quite sturdy. The other reason is once I've covered it with paper, it's going to automatically reinforce it. So we're just going to go ahead and leave it like that. So this one I'm going to fold back this way in the first instance, just so I get them even, or fairly even. It doesn't have to be perfect, and it's not. And then I'm going to fold it towards the inside. Now you could have the pocket on the back, but I prefer to have mine on the inside. Now the dimensions of this are quite different to what I'm used to, because we've got an extra 1/2 or 3/4 inch in the height, so it's giving us quite tall pockets, and that's fine. It's good to play with dimensions. Okay, so we've got two bases, really quick and easy, and then we get to decorate it up. So it's not a complicated project, but it is really fun. So I have some, because it's Trash Craft Tuesday, I'm aiming to use up some scraps, some bits and pieces, and I have these pages here. Could put the dragonfly, it's almost the right size, so I'm going to put it has got a crease down the middle, but I think it will be fine once it's on glued down. Once it's glued in place, it'll be fine. I'm just trying to get this straight. So let's line it up on my mat. So I hope you're having a good day. I was really dubious that I would get a video done today, and I had some things to do before I could even contemplate doing a video. And then I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go for it. If it's up a little bit late, it's because I'm late at recording. I think we'll be fine though. I think it will be up on time. But I am recording on Tuesday morning. So yes, so I was like, yeah, just do it. You know, yes, you're tired and all that jazz, but I'm not feeling super bad right now. I know I will still crash a little bit later, and we'll see how much later it is that I crash. Like I did yesterday, it was 8:30 in the morning when I crashed. Well, we're currently at 9:30 and I'm not doing too bad. So make hay while the sun shines, they say. So that's what I'm doing. While I'm feeling not too bad, I'm going to do a video. Right. So let's make sure I glue it on the right way so that my pocket... Oh my goodness. Sorry, I just noticed that my glue, I put it away. This is how tired it was yesterday. It's been sitting there for probably 24 hours with the lid off. Yeah, not ideal. Not ideal at all. So it's probably really... Oh, it actually feels okay. I'm just going to... I'll test it out. We'll put a glue stick on this and then we'll use some tacky glue and see whether it's actually going to come out or not. And I also notice I need to refill it as well. Right, let's see if this glue is going to work. I can't believe, guys, that I left my glue without the cap on and it's working. Yay. That is good. Because I was like, oh no, it's going to be so gummed up, so dried up in that nozzle. But miracle of miracles, it's not. Oh, there's the rubbish truck outside coming to take away our rubbish. Which is good. Oops. Come on, get it on. Straight-ish. And I haven't lined it up correctly. That's all right. We'll just trim down. No drama, or very little drama. I've just got a slight little overhang there. Okay, so we've got the front, and I think that looks pretty darn cute just as is. But why don't we add a word? I do have some printouts of these words that I had printed them out. I'd uploaded them to where I needed to upload them, link them, and then this morning I noticed a spelling mistake and I was like, oh no. And that's what I had to do before recording the video, was actually go through, edit all of the pages, re-upload them, relink them, you know. I was like, oh my gosh, so annoying. Now I don't want pink on pink. It is a different pink. Or do we want like to bring in a little... Oh, I like the green. Okay, let's go green then. So I've got, you know, all of the word pages printed off with the spelling mistake, which is just, you know, it happens, doesn't it? What would I like? Fly high. Let's go fly high, because and I'm not being precious about the bits in between because I'm on camera. If I was not recording, I would carefully cut them out so I had all those nice background strips, but not while I'm on camera. On camera we're just going to be rough and ready. Got stuff stuck on my scissors already this morning. Okay, there is a border around the words and I am trimming slightly out from the border, just to give it an extra bit of space. Gives you options, you know, because you do have that space in between each word. You can add a large surround around the border if you want to make it take up more space. You don't have to cut to the border, and you also can cut inside the borders if you don't want the border at all. So where do I want it? I think over here. Okay, I am going to give it a little bit of ink. And giving it that space outside of the border also means if you do want to ink, sorry guys, there goes my throat again, being silly, then you've got somewhere to give the ink without, you know, taken away from the border, if you don't want to hide the border itself. Does that make sense? I think it makes sense, but yep, I like the way it stands out from the pink. So I think pink on pink, even though it's a slightly different pink, it's kind of a bit same. So green it is. And I think that's all it needs because it's got this lovely large image on there. These printable scraps that I'm using today are all ones I've made. Okay, into the inside. Now on the inside here I like to put writing space, so covering it with like coffee dyed paper or something of that nature. I didn't grab, is this, no, that's not going to cut the mustard, I'm afraid. We need a bigger bit. Sorry about the squeaky chair. Gosh, where's all my coffee dyed paper gone? Okay, we're going a different route. I'm going to use this lovely paper, which I'm getting quite low on. But because I just can't find any coffee dyed paper to hand, I know it's around. I've probably just shifted it for the video and not realizing that, oh, actually I might need that. Now I think I want to leave a little bit of a border of the book page. It won't actually have much in the way of text, but there'll be a little bit in the middle. That looks to be about straight. And we don't need to go all the way, actually if I do it this way, don't need to go all the way down to the bottom of the pocket. We can just do it slightly under the top of the pocket, so we're not wasting this beautiful brown paper. Okay, and then I can just pop that on top and tear again. I think I'm going to tacky glue this. It is quite a thick paper, it's not thin. It's thicker than the book page too. So I'm just going to do the tacky glue for ease, and because it is a thicker paper, you know, it's got a bit more strength to it. Oops. Oopsie daisy. There we go. That should be heaps. It's not quite centre. I'm not worrying about perfection right now. We do have a little bit showing on the side. That's because I didn't quite put it in the right place. It's okay, my friends. It's okay. Yes, went to bed early last night. Actually went to bed at 9 o'clock. We normally go at 10. But by the time I actually got to sleep, it would have been 10, which probably means I'm still slightly ahead of the game for last night. There we go. That's better placement. I haven't got that peeking outside on this side. And I had a good sleep. I woke up slightly in the middle of the night for a very short time, maybe 10-15 minutes, and then drifted back on, and then right through till the morning. So my body's obviously going, yeah, it's time we caught up a little bit on that missing sleep, which I am grateful for, because seriously, I don't think I ever catch up. Like, you kind of just get to a point where you survive. And sometimes I think surviving is as good as we can get. Oh, that sounds so negative, doesn't it? But do you know what I mean? It's just like, you know, sometimes all you can do is just to be able to continue, that you're not just coiled up in a corner, absolutely catatonic, that you actually have enough energy to do something, to carry on. I paint such a bad picture. I do apologise, my friends. It's not that bad. I mean, yes, the lack of sleep was horrendous, and I have suffered dreadfully, particularly in mood. I have not been a good person to be around for several days, but I feel like my mood's picking up, which is a relief, because I really dislike that yucky mood, you know, just not worth talking to. Don't ask me a question. Just ignore me, because I can't give you anything of value right now. Right, so I am going to wrap this piece of paper over the top, and that is going to reinforce it. I wasn't going to, but then I thought, well, why not? So I've just given it a shape to match that angle. And oops, need to change that sticky page out. Why not just give it that little extra, and then it gives it the nice wrapped edge. I do like the look of a wrapped edge. It just kind of neatens things up. And I know junk journals are not about being neat. It's just my personal aesthetic. I like neat. I struggle to do messy. In certain things, and other things, I am very messy. But yeah, it just depends. All right, so I'm leaving a little, just a little border of the book page. So fold that under. Oh, I like that contrast. That's a really pretty contrast. Right. Will that... No, that's not the right angle. So, ruler. Tear up this side first. And now let's get this angle here. That little mitered... Oops, we need to go this way. It's only a very slight angle. I think I've put a bigger angle on the other side. Oops. Come on, tear nicely for me. Oh, it's turning messy. Let's snip it with the scissors. Yep, that's cool. So you can see how very, very easy this is. And there's a lot of ways you can customize it too. Now I like to put these, actually attach them, glue them into my journal. But you can have them floating, you can clip them in, you can pop them into a pocket. attach them with an altered paper clip or something like that, or yeah, so lots of ways you can use them. So typically I would glue that back part down onto a page, and then it just flips open for pockets and journaling cards inside. Easy peasy. Now something I haven't done is put a tab on it, and I'm really feeling like I want to put a tab on it, a whale tail. And I'm thinking this paper so it coordinates a little bit inside, not that it has to. Let's punch a whale tail. Oops. Yeah. Okay, before I attach this though, I am going to ink around the edges. Also, do I want to give it... Yeah, I do. I know I haven't finished my sentence. I want to just round those top corners. I'm going to try and punch through all layers at the same time. And it works like a charm. Quite often things like punches prefer to punch through several layers. It's less chance of it gumming up unless they're too thick, and then it's going to jam. So, right, let's do a quick ink around here. Just brings it to life in my eyes. Just gives it a little oomph. Okay, and then do around the tab. Now also just want to hit the spot where I'm going to glue it on. I can do the rest. Just make sure yeah, I can do the rest of the inside later. I'll do the pockets before I glue them down. Right. Now with whale tails, I do find it, I sometimes forget, I do find it better just to put glue on the bit that's gluing down on one side. So I've just gone to the bits that stick out on the edge, if that's, I'm guessing you know what I mean. And then I line it up where I want it. This avoids me getting sticky fingers and from having glue that either dries or gets stuck when I'm trying to work it out. And then once that's in place, then I go ahead and put glue all over the other half. And then lay it down. I just find that's the best way. Sometimes I forget though and just cover the whole thing in glue, and it's like, oh, now I've got sticky fingers and it's stuck down where I didn't want it, and you know, all that jazz. All that jazz. Right, let's give this a... You could take a little thumb notch out of these if you want, but I'm not going to. I don't think it's entirely necessary in this case. Just, it can be a nice little feature, visual feature. Right, so that's that one and this one. Sweet. Okay, glue, take your glue, just run up the sides of each pocket. Now you can decorate these pockets if you want. And I'm thinking about my flowers that are part of the Patreon printables, the smaller ones. I think the feathers I could use sideways, but I'm thinking about the flowers. Here's the smaller ones. don't think I want the pink actually. I think that's kind of a bit too much. Maybe we will go with the blue ones that have got a green outline, and I just thought they looked really cool with the green outline. Just gave it a little something different, but unique. I'm going to go with the same flower on each side. Grab out my small scissors, put my lid on my glue while I'm doing this. Might as well not tempt blocking. May have got away with it for the last day, but you know, leave it off for 30 seconds and it blocks up. It's random, isn't it? Very, very random. Maybe because it was a cooler day yesterday, it didn't dry the same. It had time to run back into the bottle. It's a cool day today. It's supposed to be drizzly until either afternoon or evening when it clears a little bit, but it's supposed to be not very warm, and it's not. It's not all that warm today. Autumn, first day of April. Happy April Fool's Day. Does anyone ever say that? Anyone ever actually say Happy April Fool's Day? Don't know. I'm just making it a thing. So everyone, happy April Fool's Day. Today is my dad's birthday. He passed away when I was 12. And he was 42. So I have no idea. I'm not going to do the math because I'd get it wrong. On how old he would be now. And it's also my cousin's birthday. So to my cousin Melissa, who does not watch my videos, I'm still going to say happy birthday, Melissa. And she will be, what will she be now? 66 or 67? I think it's either a year or 2 years since her 65th birthday. She hasn't actually retired yet. 65 is the retirement age currently in New Zealand, and she still works part-time at 2 or 3 different jobs. She just can't stop. She was in banking, and she's been doing part-time work still in the banking system for years, like probably since she was maybe even pre-60, and then she picked up other jobs and all kind of related in that field. And she just doesn't stop, but she likes to travel. So, you know, continuing to work gives her that ability to keep doing the things she enjoys. Okay, do I want a word or maybe even a bit of book page or something? Or music? Music. I don't know why I felt I had to sing song the word music. I know. Just weird, eh? Just weird. Oh, my alarm's going off, but it's on vibrate, so I'm just going to ignore it. It's across the room. So yeah, just going to ignore it, even if it's distracting me. You may not be able to hear it because it is just on vibrate, but I can certainly hear it, and it's like, oh, I forgot to do that. Forgot to turn that off for videoing. Oops. Well, that didn't go so well. It stuck to my glue page. Right, that tells me we need a new side. Okay, let's give this a little bit of ink. So if you don't have, I mean, who doesn't have book pages at their disposal as a junk journaler? But if you don't, you can use anything for your base. I always use book pages for this project. but you could use digital's plain photocopy paper. Whatever you like is all good. Right. Oh, stop it, phone. Just give it up. I know, I'm my own worst enemy. If I'd remembered to turn it off, it like, just wouldn't be an issue, would it? Oh, dearie me. Sound like Eeyore then. Oh, dearie me. He's a sad, sad soul, isn't he, Eeyore? Right, give this one a little bit of ink. You never notice how long your alarm goes for until you're unable to actually turn it off. And it's like, oh my gosh, does it ever actually stop? Does it just go on forever and ever? Feels like that. Okay, so I've just angled them so they look slightly different, because they have got it's not actually a shadow, it's where the petals curl over. There's that thicker green line, just so they kind of look fine. Right, do I want to add anything else to that? Do I want another word or words? I think we could do a pink word. I'm going to cut one out and see. So we've got fly high. Thinking I'm going to just trim these out and see what I think. So hopeful and faithful, I think, make a nice pair of words together. Yep, the phone is still going. The alarm is still going. And these ones I'm going to trim right to the border. There's a double border as well, so you can trim to the first border or the second border, inside, or leave a space. So lots of options when you're cutting them out. I would recommend that you cut them to the most likely way you'd use them, while still leaving yourself options for either using them larger or trimming them down smaller if you need it to fill a smaller gap. It's not even tuneful, that vibrate. It's just like, oh, I actually quite like that. Okay, let's do it. Sort of turns towards purple, this particular word printable. It's on the purple side of pink. Maybe like that. Okay, let's ink around them. My fingers are cold and my rings are turning around, because my fingers are slightly smaller when it's cold. So coming up this week, what is coming up? I'm still going to say there might be video gaps again this week. Just, I'll see. You know, I'm going to take it day by day as to how my energy levels are. And not put pressure on myself. If I'm like, actually, no, I just can't do it, then I'm not going to. Just to, you know, I've got to be wise, and I am often not wise, and I need to try and be wiser in that regard. So we'll see how things pan out. Food bank, of course, again Wednesday and Thursday, and that's part of why I'm a bit like, I'm feeling not too bad today, but I know I've got food bank again tomorrow and Thursday, and operating from a not fully energetic place, that's probably going to have an impact, perhaps. Not saying it will. It perhaps might have an impact on, you know, taking away what little energy I might have at this point. Friday, I'm really hoping to have a day out and go to the city and see my mum. But again, I need to be wise, and because you know, driving when you're really tired is not a good idea, especially in city traffic. So I don't know yet whether I will get that done or not. Okay, so I need to finish inking around that. Now, decision time. Do I want this floating, or do I want writing or decoration on the back? I'm thinking for this one that I might do something on the back. So do I have enough of this? My alarm stopped, but I bet it's going to restart again in a few seconds or so. No, I haven't got enough of that. We could go with this. Okay, I've got a plan. I'm going to use my guillotine. Take off the white. And I'm going to make this writing space. There's a pencil. Hello, pencil. There you are, hiding. Right, so I'm going to turn this around so I can make pencil on the back and not have to worry about rubbing it out or anything. And also makes it really easy to see. Yep, and then it's all nicely writable. Actually, I don't need the glue pages. I'm just going to put glue stick in the middle and tacky glue around the edge. So it's a nice, quite flat piece of ephemera, but with all that added journaling space, including the journal cards or tags that you put inside those pockets, and still retains a relatively flat piece, which I think is really cool. So you're not adding too much bulk. You know, depending on what you put in those pockets, you know, if you do a tag that's thick, got a topper on it, all that sort of thing, it's going to bulk it up. But it also, if you make it removable, then it's not going to be an issue. It's not going to affect being able to write on the pages around it if it's removable. If you want to glue it in, like I typically do, I wouldn't do this on the back. I'd just leave it plain. But you would want to keep flatter things inside it. And in my point of view, that's my point of view. You do whatever, but that's my point of view. So I'm just going to leave that as writing space. There goes my alarm again. It took a little longer before it repeated. I don't know why I'm inking this on camera. Probably because I'm distracted. So it didn't take long to decorate up, did it? It really is quite a easy, simple, quick little project, and very, very useful. Very useful. So, decorative, writing space on what you put in the pockets, and then if you leave it floating, you can have writing space on the back, or you could decorate it up, or you could add another pocket. Like options, you could add a pocket, add a belly band, add a side pocket. You know, if you've got these types of pockets, you could add a side pocket on it. Just so many ways you could vary it. But I think it's so fun and so cute. And we're not going to get to this one, but it's the same deal. Same deal. Cover it, decorate it. Cover your pockets here. No trimming of the, because it's not on the fold, so you don't have to take out any miters. And then glue your pockets down, top and bottom. And then you have a journal card or a tag. I think these lend themselves more to tags, and this format lends itself more to journal cards. But you could do either, it really depends. You could do little mini tags, that'd be super cute. Okay guys, that's a super simple project for Trashcraft Tuesday, using up some plain book pages, because you know you don't see a lot of the book page. So any just boring book page that you have, you can use. And use some scraps up, because they're relatively small, so use your scraps, cover them, decorate them, make something pretty. Thanks for joining me, my friends. Thanks for hearing me moan. I seem to do a lot of it lately, and I truly do not intend to. But I hope you found some value in this anyway. Take care, and I'll be back when I'm back. Bye for now.